Hi friends, in this video we will see the acts punishable with fine. Now in Yajnavalkya Smriti you will find that there are certain general acts which are mentioned as the acts which attract fines. So let us see what are them. When somebody forcefully snatches the goods of other, the same is an offence punishable with fine. When somebody instigates other to commit crime, it is an offence punishable with fine. A person is liable for fine when he does following acts: insults Acharya, person hits his brother's wife, person does not convey the message, person trying to break open the prison, person who does not respect the people of his community, able person not helping needy, taking wrong oath, not keeping relation with his family when his family is not at any fault. Now friends, if you see these particular acts which are written, there are some important concepts which come, like instigate to crime. That means the present days abatement to crime. So that existed even in olden times. And now certain acts which are there which attract fine. One of that is really appealing, and that is, once again I will read it because that's really appealing. Able person not helping needy. I think if this kind of any law which is there or which comes today, lot of people will come into problem. At the same time, taking wrong oath. Now today the witnesses are there, they take a oath, and ultimately a witness is declared hostile. But still no heavy punishment, no heavy fine or no heavy action is taken against him, even though taking an oath. So I think these are some acts which are very important even today. But important thing to note is, see the concept which prevailed, that somebody has to, one who is a able person has to help the needy. You should not instigate somebody, you should not abet somebody. So that was a very excellent kind of a law which was mentioned by Yajnavalkya. Now let us see further in this chapter what it says. Laundry person would be liable to pay fine if he does following acts: using clothes of his clients, giving on rent clothes of his clients, selling the clothes of his clients. When a person is witness for a quarrel between father and son, he should try to reconcile. But if he does not do so, he would be liable to pay the fine. When a person aggravates quarrel between father and son, he would be liable to pay the fine. When a trader uses wrong weight and measures, he would be liable to pay the fine. Now friends, if you see from this particular thing, you will come to know that number one, a laundry concept probably existed even in those times. Another thing is, instigation of quarrel was also considered an act which is wrong, and hence there was a fine. The best part which is mentioned here is weights and measures, that is wrong weights and measures. Today this particular aspect is covered in the Weights and Measures Act which exists as on today. This weights and measures and trader using wrong weights and measures also existed at that point of time, and a fine was imposed on that for the wrong using or cheating done due to the wrong weights and measures. Friends, let's travel further and see more in this particular topic. Veterinary doctor would be liable to pay fine if he does following acts: does false checking of animal, does checking of human beings, food adulteration was an offence punishable with fine, sale of substandard goods was an offence punishable with fine, selling duplicate goods was an offence punishable with fine, selling goods above the price fixed by the king was an offence punishable with fine. If the group of traders form a cartel, that was an offence punishable with fine. So here you can see existence of a concept of medical negligence in the ancient period. Also, you can see the existence of Consumer Protection Act in ancient period, because they say sale of substandard goods, they say sale of duplicate goods. So obviously the Consumer Protection Act also existed in the ancient times. Then selling of a good above the price fixed by king. Now what does this mean? This is nothing but present days MRP concept. So MRP concept, maximum retail price, which is there, seems to have been existed even in the ancient period. The best part is everybody is aware that today we have that competition law, because of which carteling cannot be done. There is a competition commission with whom the cases can be filed. The best part is the same is reflected even in the ancient time, that traders could not do carteling, and that was considered as a fine. Let's see furthermore what is there in this particular chapter. Creating a situation of monopoly as an offence punishable with fine. There existed concept of domestic and foreign goods, and rules were laid down for same. There was a mechanism by which the price of the foreign goods has to be decided, that is original price plus price of transport. Now if you see this, non-creation of monopoly is also being mentioned in the ancient times. Prior to the commission law, that is Competition Commission and Competition Act, we had an act called Monopoly Restrictive Trade Practices. What was that? Not to create a monopoly. And if you read this, creating a situation of monopoly was an offence punishable with fine. Now this is mentioned in Yajnavalkya Smriti. So even our ancient times had considered this concept of monopoly. So friends, if you see these general acts which are there, you can find that probably they are similar to what we are talking today. Only thing is, in those days it was under the caption of general acts punishable with fine, and today they are in separate laws and in separate regulating bodies. So this was those acts punishable with fine. In our next video, we'll see the law of sale of goods. Thank you.